Breaking news. Frank Martin just fired trainer Derrick James. According to resources, he's going back to his old trainer due to Derrick James' workload and Earl Spence letting go Derrick James. We're going to get to that.
Hey, yo, what up, you guys? It's your boy Boxing Fanatic, back with some more boxing. Make sure you smash that like button. Don't forget to subscribe for the latest and greatest content.
So, it ain't no secret that Derrick James is training Earl Spence, Anthony Joshua, Jermell Charlo, Ryan Garcia, Frank Martin. That's a lot for one trainer, and these are all top dogs. But the ironic thing about this is, being that Earl Spence had to let go Derrick James, and Derrick James was Earl Spence trainer and Frank Martin trainer. Earl Spence basically was like a package deal for Frank Martin and Derrick James, so which means that Derrick James will be getting paid both ways, being his manager and his his trainer. So Frank Martin, he basically had to let Derrick James go and, I guess go back to his old trainer due to all of those, circumstances that, he's up under right now. I don't think Derrick James will have enough time to even have time for all of the fighters that he have. Derrick James doing the pads alone for Earl Spence, Ryan Garcia, Frank Martin, Earl Spence, Jermell Charlo. That's why Jermell Charlo brought in Juan Guzman to fill out with Derrick James. So apparently, due to the Frank Martin and the Shakur Stevenson fight, Frank Martin did not agree to it. He was supposed to make, anywhere in between $1 million to 1.5 to 2 million. And Derrick James and Earl Spence, they agreed to it and kept Frank Martin in the dark, but didn't really get his approval. So when the idea was pitched to him, he turned it down. And being that, Derrick James is the trainer and the manager, he's getting, if Frank Martin was getting 1.5 million, Derrick James gonna be getting a load of that money. And then on top of that, say if Frank Martin was to win the belt, he got to pay the sanctioning fees for the belt to keep the belt. So then he got to pay taxes on the belt. Then when it come down to it, he probably only going to be left with probably like $250,000. That ain't no money. So Frank Martin had to do what he had to do was best for his career. He had to let Derrick James go. And Earl Spence, it was rumors saying that he was he's working with Coach Calvin, not trainer Javante Tank Davis trainer. He's training him now, and Derrick James, is no longer training him. It's looking like Derrick James ain't gonna have nobody to train, and Derrick James was already talking about, him retiring and stuff like that from boxing, because I don't think he loved the sport like how he once did, in my honest opinion, being that, he got Earl Spence to that point and got Jermell Charlo to that point. I just look at it like he's still in the corner with Jermell Charlo. Should Earl Spence let Frank Martin fire Derrick James? No, he can be as an assistant, but have, his main coach, train him. And if Derrick James want to assist, he can. But it's a lot on Derrick James. Like, he holding the pads and coming up with game plans for all of the guys, for Anthony Joshua, Jermell Charlo, Earl Spence, Frank Martin, Ryan Garcia. That's a lot for one person to game plan and do all of these things. You got to strategize and you got to be in physical top shape. And Derrick James had came out and spoke on it, but I think that just went up under the radar. Nobody really paid attention to what Derrick James was probably saying, but it's to the point now, it had to end that way. Earl Spence had to go find somebody else, and looking like Frank Martin got to find somebody else, which is ironic, but hey, it is what it is. They say, hey, look, sometimes you got to let stuff go to order to grow. You got to manifest these things. You got to plant these seeds, and right now in their career, they probably feel like, bringing somebody else in right now at their career at this time in their life, that's best for their career. Could they blame Frank Martin? No. Shakur Stevenson going on his rampage, calling this man out of his name and so disrespectful to this man. Like, this man ain't never did nothing to you, but I think it got to be some understanding. Like, I felt like how he going off on Frank Martin and all these other people. Somebody got to straighten this man out. Like, I just feel like, when a person do a hit dog will holler. I always say the loudest person in the room, always the scariest person in the room. Never want to fight when you see the person. Just like how Frank Martin pushed up on Keyshawn Davis. Keyshawn Davis went on his little rampage, all of this, saying that on Twitter. But then when Frank Martin pushed up on him and, tested out and sized up the room, you seen the difference. But it is what it is. I just felt like some things is best not to be said. If you're going to say it how you want to say it, you want to play it how you want to play it, say it to the man's face. If that's how you rocking, to me, it's looking like you clout chasing, you acting like a ish. You acting like a ish ninja. But it's crazy. Like, you can't be doing that, man. It's crazy. Like, sometimes you just gotta let stuff go, man. If it is what it ain't, then it ain't what it is. You can't get mad if the cookie don't crumble the way you want it to crumble, how you want it to crumble. People got other stuff that they want to do. If the money ain't right, then the money ain't right. Everything comes with timing. And let's just hope that Edwin De Los Santos don't come in and give Shakur Stevenson the respect that he thinking. He just gonna go in and just bulldoze and run all over this guy. This guy, 16-1 with a lot of knockouts. He packing power. I just think Shakur Stevenson ain't been in there with somebody that's gonna rough him up. That's gonna be a dog with him and not give him the respect that he think he gonna get from some of these guys at a higher weight class. But yeah, I just feel like it's just wrong how he going about the situation. Frank Martin and him letting go Derrick James, it is what it is, man. Y'all make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe, all right? One love, one life. I'm out. Peace.
If you enjoy content like this and you want to see more, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe.